So I just wanted to check in for a second and let everybody know exactly where I stand. In case it isn't clear, in case you're a new follower, I am a true Queen of Spades. Branded, proud. I have been an advocate for not only the BBC only lifestyle, as this fetish, etc., but to challenge women that when they are treated like crap by white males, to speak out about that. To not just continue to stay stuck in their Stockholm Syndrome, BS of trust for these white guys that have never been on anybody's team, who have never been advocates for anyone. And now we see Americans crying more about the looting, proving the very point that is the purpose of having to speak out at these protests, that property, that products, that material items mean more to Americans than freedom and justice for all. The very fact that there's so many white people still who have seen, even just in their own lifetime, these protests go on. Ferguson was 5-6 years ago. To see the anger, to see the frustration in these communities, and to still think that somehow it's just about fucking things up just to do it, like looting businesses, just to do it? No. Because Americans care too much about materialism more than they care about human lives. So at these riots, at these protests, people show up, they're angry, they do just want to come together, get their message out, but they're tired. They're pissed off. They're sick of nobody listening. So of course they're going to mess some shit up. That's the point, getting attention, showing that if you're more mad about this storefront, which most of the business owners are in support, they're like, it's fine. I'll build a new building, especially corporations like Target. They're not concerned, which means you, the average American, should not be concerned about a Target store. You should be concerned, why are my fellow Americans so angry? Why are they so mad? Why do they feel so frustrated that they have to break windows and scream at cops in the street at a protest to just get attention to the fact that there are Black Americans, mostly Black men, being murdered in broad daylight, public executions, and we have an entire generation of middle-aged white people that want to act like it's not their problem, who want to say that because they worked a job every day that, privilege isn't real. The fact that you can walk out your front door and not wonder if you're going to be looked at for the color of your skin and decided that you're violent, you're a danger, you're a criminal, you're sneaky, whatever prejudicial brainwashing comes out first. No, you're just white and you get to just go about your fucking day. You get to just go do whatever you want to do. You're not concerned a cop is going to do anything but maybe pull you over for speeding and ruin your day with a ticket. Pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And as a true Queen of Spades, I have had to actively set myself apart from these girls that just want to profit off of a kink and don't want to use the kink for what it's good for the fact that you can actually get through to the brains of these cucks, many of whom have been resentful and angry. There's a reality to the incel mentality. Of course an incel, a involuntary celibate, in case you don't know what that means, which are normally white guys, school shootings, etc. It's all coming from that brain that is so frustrated by the world telling them that they're special and they're privileged and they have power and control, but their daily life shows them that no, they're just a beta. Women do not respect them, care about them. They're not going to just get everything handed to them, and they get mad. Get super pissed. Do we care about that? No, of course not. The whole world is handed them on a platter and they're still mad? And our president wants to enable people like that? People that go join the white nationalist movement, or people that are in the white nationalist movement and go to BLM protests just to try and make BLM protesters look bad? Those are the people that this cuck in chief wants to protect. And also, another point, this cuck in chief has been prioritizing violence, pushing for violence since his own rallies, since his own presidential run years ago. He's like, beat him up, throw him out on a stretcher. I'm going to shoot people in the middle of the street. Stop acting like your administration, this white supremacist administration, doesn't glorify violence, encourage violence, love violence. How dare you? How dare you act like knocking down a fucking Target is the same? How dare you? No. White supremacy has been built into our systems of government, into our justice system. Policing, if you've been paying attention at all, people have been trying to spread the truth, especially recently, about how policing was started as slave patrols. So you talk about police reform, the entire system is based on racism. So yeah, there's black cops that have grown up, seen some real crazy shit in their neighborhood, wanted to be one of the officers that the people in their neighborhood could actually rely on. I'm not saying like, oh, all the black cops are trash. No, but they're stuck in this system too. The system is what has to be addressed. These systems of racism that are in place. So things like Campaign Zero want to educate people, put people in the driver's seat of holding their representatives accountable, see what kind of laws have been passed or not been passed in their areas and fight for those. It's not just about, oh, go to vote for the president or go to vote. No, it's following up. Like, we have a responsibility, especially white privileged people. We have a responsibility in this country to use everything at our disposal, whatever our platform is, however we can communicate with those around us, spread information, educate ourselves, talk to black kings and queens, get their guidance, get their knowledge, understand that they want understanding and respect and they deserve it. Black Americans deserve the same protections that any white privileged American takes for granted. When you're at these protests, white people, use yourself as a shield. Put your body between. I had a perfect mask on yesterday, so I wasn't running around, running away. Fucking stood my ground because they need to see that white people are here with them. Like, not just white people, but we have the worst privilege. All people need to stand together and speak up for the fact that black Americans feel like they can't walk out their front door without worrying, am I going to be okay? Am I going to get stopped for no reason? Am I going to have to talk myself out of a situation that I didn't even put myself in? I'm sorry, are we proud of this America that we're living in right now? Because I'm sure as hell not. I'm well aware that people just expect me to, oh, you're a pretty white girl. What are you complaining about? You live in America. You're lucky. I know I'm fucking lucky. I'm blessed. I am blessed with so much that I did nothing to earn. I didn't earn my skin color. I didn't earn my mother's beautiful eyes that just seem to let people think that I'm just this fucking innocent little, oh, just give me what. No. I'm ashamed of the fact that I'm expected to just sit down and be quiet and accept what life has given me. I would be disgusted with myself if I was one of these snow bunnies, so-called QOSs on Twitter, talking about big black cock all the time, and hasn't ever once sat down and had a real conversation with a black mentor, hasn't ever once showed up to a protest, hasn't ever once even made their subs say pay Black Lives Matter instead of buying them a new pair of motherfucking shoes. You think I couldn't be out here with just Louboutins and bags that I don't fucking care about? That's not important to me. I'd be embarrassed. So my point is, before I get kicked off of Instagram for going off, because Instagram already hates me, and I don't care, because this is what, my fourth, I don't care. It's like my fourth account, I don't care. Gotten kicked off YouTube, I get kicked off Periscope. That's why, in case anybody was wondering, that's one of the reasons why I had to make a Discord, to just be able to speak with my black kings and queens and support them and send cucks and subs who actually want to learn about why so many white males want to hide in their kink life, want to hide out. Oh, I'm a cuck. I totally respect black guys. Oh, but I still want all the privilege and I don't want the world to change. Like, no, that's not submissive. That's not respect. That's not loyalty. That's not love. Trash. These little white incels want to pretend like they're handlers of their women, and the women being all submissive and just desperate for their white men to like take care of them. It's never going to happen. White men hate everybody. They don't care about their women. Look how they treated their women. And we, white women in history, we have absolutely turned our backs on other women to people that actually feel the oppression that, like, women understand globally. Like, no, we sided with our oppressors? Absolutely not. No more. Done. Garbage. My subs know where I stand. They know what I expect from them. I post, what they contribute because it's important to show that as women, as femdoms especially, we have that power. Pussy is power. Make these fucking losers pay toward black causes. Show up. Speak out. Talk to their family members. Be guided by Black kings and queens. Don't act like just because they buy some BBC worshiping or a small dick humiliation video from you that you're an advocate or an ally. Or no, absolutely not. Do more, do better. This is especially to all of the so-called Queen of Spades, white women. You have a responsibility to do so much more because you have the power to do so much more. Obviously, I'm not out here. I don't want accolades. I don't want anything other than listen to what I'm saying. Go to Anaconda Fights, especially on Twitter, and look at the links I have shared. Look at the quality of content that is out there, in education-wise, information-wise. You know what you can do next. How do you be an ally? How do you go to a protest and really be at? All that information is out there. If you want to take the time to actually care and actually find out and actually make a difference. This is an outfit that I would wear any day and have for years, because it is not just now that this matters. This has mattered forever, my entire lifetime. And I am grateful merely that I am aware and that I am trying my best to use my privilege for good instead of just being grateful I have privilege, like so many of these white motherfuckers want to. They want, oh, I care. Oh, I stand with you. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm keyboard warrior. They don't want anything to change. They don't want anything to change. Until they are ready to accept the reality of the privilege that they have, that they did not earn, and what that means for their life versus another person's life, a Black American's life. Until we have that conversation, you're not going to understand the looting. You're not going to understand the riots. You're not going to understand the anger, and you're not going to understand the pain. Look in the mirror. Take a minute. Understand what's going on. Just outside of yourself. Realize what's going on. Realize the oppression that these corporations have, like the power that they really have, and that we genuinely and truly have to fight this on all levels, because the institutions are what are perpetrating this racist like culture, society. We have to fight back. We have to. The time is now. Black lives, all Black lives will always matter. And white lives, all lives matter. None of that matters at all until Black lives matter, until Black Americans feel like they are represented, they are respected, they are protected, they are loved. Queen of Spades, do better. Black Kings, Black Queens, you forever inspire me. I love you so much. I'm with you forever, 100%. Talk to you soon.